America is collapsing right in front of you and no one is coming to help. If you are over 50 and feel like your money disappears faster than your paycheck clears, your gut is right. This is not inflation. This is engineered decline. Over 47 million seniors are now living on fixed incomes while rent, food, and utilities skyrocket. Nearly 1 in 2 Americans over 55 are using credit cards just to survive. And here is the part no one wants to admit. The America you worked your whole life to build is gone. Sold off, automated, and outsourced, while you are told to just adjust. In this video, I will show you the 10 devastating signs that everyday life in America has reached a breaking point and why the next 12 months might be your last chance to protect what you have left. Do not scroll. You need to hear this. Number 5. Food is not just expensive, it is becoming unreliable. Let us cut through the polite headlines and say what no one will. America's food system is breaking down, not gradually, but in ways that are starting to hit you right in the fridge. This is not just about sticker shock at the grocery store. This is about access, quality, and the rising reality that food insecurity is no longer a fringe issue for the poor. It is creeping into the lives of middle-class families, seniors, and even dual-income households. According to the latest Household Food Security Report from 2024, over 17 million United States households reported difficulty getting enough food, a 20% increase from 2022. What rarely gets said is that more Americans now shop based on calories per dollar, not nutrition. Cheap carbohydrates instead of protein, expired goods instead of fresh food, ultra-processed boxes instead of produce. This is not a temporary spike. It is structural. Shrinkflation is now standard practice. A $5 bag of chips that used to be 13 ounces is now 9 ounces. And the price still went up. Even bread, the most basic staple, has risen by nearly 29% in some regions since 2020. Eggs, milk, beef, all far more expensive. The cost of ground beef per pound has doubled in less than 5 years. At the same time, ingredients are getting worse. Corporations are adding synthetic fillers, artificial proteins, and lab-based flavoring while calling it new and improved. Availability is also declining. Grocery stores in rural areas are closing at record speed, replaced by discount chains stocked mostly with processed food. In major cities, basic items are locked behind cases due to theft, limiting access even for those with money. The supply chain is under pressure from extreme weather, labor shortages, and global conflict. California, which produces nearly 2/3 of the nation's fruits and nuts, has lost tens of thousands of acres to drought and flooding. Those costs are passed directly to you. For seniors on fixed incomes and families living paycheck to paycheck, this means skipped meals, rationed portions, or surviving on cheap fast food calories, not by choice, but by necessity. We are not just seeing higher prices. We are watching a country slide toward malnourishment one grocery aisle at a time. By the time this is obvious to everyone, the damage will already be done. Number 4. Digital dependence has become a hidden collapse. Try living one day without your phone, not for fun, but for survival. Imagine the power is out, the internet is down, and your phone cannot connect. Now try accessing your bank, your insurance, your prescriptions, your employer. Everything in daily American life now depends on a fragile digital system, and there is no real backup. In 2025, over 94% of Americans rely on smartphones for essential communication, banking, navigation, and identity verification. The average person manages over 100 passwords tied to systems that control bills, food access, healthcare, and income. Lose access to your phone or get hacked, and you are locked out of your own life. This is not paranoia. Cybercrime losses exceeded $12.5 billion in 1 year, with seniors targeted the most. SIM swap attacks, fake bank messages, phishing scams. Entire life savings disappear in minutes with no help and no recovery. Companies are removing human support. You cannot walk into a bank. You cannot reach a real person. Reset links go to the phone you just lost. Bills are digital only. Medical records are locked behind portals that can block you out after a few mistakes. This is already happening, especially to seniors. Many cannot navigate apps or codes required for benefits, healthcare, or even government appointments. Physical services are being phased out in the name of efficiency. What is really happening is the creation of a society where one bad signal can collapse your entire life. When systems fail, you are not just disconnected. You are invisible. You cannot prove who you are. You cannot buy food. You cannot call for help. This is not convenience. This is collapse disguised as progress. Number 3. Work no longer works. The American job has become a trap. Let us be honest. Having a job in America no longer means stability. It means survival with no finish line. The promise was simple. Work hard, and you will make it. In 2025, that promise is dead. Over 61% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including nearly half of those earning 6 figures. Even people with good salaries are one unexpected expense away from disaster. Wages have been disconnected from productivity. Workers produce more than ever, yet inflation-adjusted pay has barely moved since the 1970s. Meanwhile, the cost of living has increased more than 400%. Time is gone too. The average American works 47 hours per week and still needs side gigs to survive. The gig economy was sold as flexibility. It became economic duct tape. Seniors are returning to work in record numbers, not for enjoyment, but because retirement is no longer possible for most. Artificial intelligence is erasing jobs at both ends. Entire professions are shrinking or disappearing. Workers are expected to do more for the same pay. Mental health has collapsed. Instead of raises, people are offered wellness apps. This is not opportunity. It is quiet exploitation. Nearly half of jobs are expected to disappear by 2035, and the solution offered is always the same. Upskill on your own time and your own money. This is no longer a job market. It is a system designed to exhaust you. Number 2. Cities have become pressure cookers. Urban life is cracking under the weight of high rent, failing infrastructure, unreliable transit, and rising violence. Median rent in major cities is now over $2,000 per month, rising far faster than income. In many cities, you need 6 figures just to live modestly. Evictions are surging again, with millions of filings expected. Public services are overwhelmed. Transit is unsafe or unreliable. Crime feels random. 2/3 of city residents now say they feel unsafe walking at night. Basic services take months. Trash piles up. Noise is constant. Stress becomes chronic. Experts now describe this as urban trauma. Seniors, families, and young workers are trapped. The cities that built the middle class are now pushing it out. Gentrification has turned neighborhoods into battlegrounds between investors and residents. Leave or be consumed. Even when people escape, the damage follows them. Number 1. The American dream has been replaced with denial. The final stage of collapse is not chaos. It is delusion. The American dream has been quietly dismantled, yet people are still told to chase it. Most Americans no longer believe hard work alone leads to success. Home ownership for younger generations is at historic lows. Retirement is out of reach. Healthcare is funded through crowdfunding. Families delay children out of fear, not choice. Yet the messaging never stops. Hustle harder. Manifest success. Retire early. The reality is a nation of exhausted people blaming themselves for a rigged system. That is the true success of propaganda. The game changed without notice. The dream was sold. Now you are asked to keep playing without tools or rules. This is not pessimism. It is realism. If you are wondering when everything fell apart, the answer is slowly and quietly while you did everything right. You worked, you saved, you sacrificed. Now you are told to accept less while wealth concentrates at the top. This is not temporary. It is the new normal unless we name it for what it is. Collapse. If you are over 50, you are not imagining it. You are finally seeing clearly. Share how your life has changed in the last 5 years. Prices, work, health, community. The media will not show this. Politicians will not admit it. But together, we can expose it. Stay aware. Prepare. This is not about fear. It is about survival. This country was not broken by accident. It was broken by design. And it is time we start acting like it.